Good morning. How's everyone? Let's drop that down because we are loaded now. So, a few changes to talk about. First and foremost was this tricky reverse that I had to do getting in here. So, to come in, pull up there past that trailer, back it around up there, turn around, come back down, almost come right back out of myself, bend it round that lamp post and not touch the log as well, not rip the front bumper off of that. So that was fun. So yeah, that was an interesting morning. Probably should have recorded it actually, to be fair, because it was quite a tricky reverse. But anyway, we got in, we got done, picked up 20 tons of apples, and we are going to Liège. And the best bit is steering wheel's back and manual gearbox is back. So proper old school trucking today. Can we actually go that way? Interesting. Alright, let's follow the way that the sat nav's telling us to go. Let's see. Take a little trip around the farm. There's all the cows. But yeah, farms are fun places to pull out of. They really are. Let's see. Okay, so we've got a dirt road here we can cut round on. Interesting. Anyway, hope everyone is well. So, there's been some exciting developments this week. Oh, goodness me, this is bumpy. Probably not great considering the very low front splitter I've got on the truck. So, yeah, let's turn it into here and see if we can get back on the old concrete, sharpish. Yeah. Okay, just wreck his grass a little bit, but we're up. There we go. Oh, it's so much better having the steering wheel back. Let's just give it a little beep to let them know we're going. There's a tire to the farmer. I do like these places. We're in Switzerland at the moment, by the way, but I do like the reworks and stuff that they've done because they've put some much more challenging pickup points in. They're more realistic, more true to life. You know, some farms do have bays, don't get me wrong, but not all of them. This is a 640, so this is putting this like it's nothing, to be fair. But yeah, anyway, we're on the road. So lots of changes, lots of developments. So we mentioned the UK rework in the last video, and now it appears that we're getting some new DLC in the form of Ireland. So that will be interesting. What I'm kind of curious about is if in the UK rework they bother to do anything with the inland border facility or not. That'll be interesting. Let's just move over it. It'll be interesting to see if they do anything with the inland border facility or not. Because obviously now with the stupidity that is Brexit, and Brexit will always be stupid to me, is now everything for the EU, like obviously a lot of stuff is hauled through Ireland and out and then shipped around and into the EU that way to get around a lot of the ludicrous UK border checks. So it means a lot of longer ferry rides for drivers. But yeah, there's a lot more increased freight coming out of Ireland now, more than there ever was. So it'll be interesting to see what it does. Ooh, can't find it, grind it. It'll be interesting to see what it does. That's what happens when you change gear too quick. In this, you've got to be very agricultural with your gear changes. So I've just flipped the splitters switch. So I'll just take it out of 11 and back into 12, and there you go. But yeah, you've got to be very agricultural with your gear shifts on this. But yeah, it'd be interesting to see with Ireland what they do in terms of the whole freight and stuff. I mean, I bet it'll have some interesting, you know, pickups and what have you. But I also posted up this week, excuse me, the Nordic Horizons gameplay video that came out yesterday. Quick round that corner, still a bit quick, slow down, ooh, really went over then. That's what happens when you take a corner too quickly. But interestingly, no speed limit signs, so not really helpful. It's put there 10 and get a bit of oomph behind it, get up to speed properly. Yeah, you know, it was a lot of trepidation, shall we say, for Nordic Horizons, but it actually looks really, really good. I'm really can't wait to get that downloaded and hit the road with that one, because I was actually yesterday I was in this same profile, but I was in the Scania V8, which is almost clocked 5,000 kilometres now this week, so I've been putting down the miles in that, trying to build that up, because we're going to do that 100k series in that. But yeah, as I was driving up in Norway, obviously just forgot how beautiful the scenery is up there. It's absolutely amazing. So really looking forward to the Nordic Horizons DLC, because obviously that adds a lot to northern Norway, northern Sweden, Finland. So it's going to be interesting to see that, and it'll be some really nice runs as well. The thing I don't like with this Swiss rework is the I mean, don't get me wrong, the roads are great, but the sat nav is not fantastic for telling you which lane you want to be in. This morning I've had like 2 wrong turns already, so I was like, Obviously I don't have the audio one, but then the audio is not really helpful either. So yeah, so I'm looking forward to Nordic Horizons. When that actually releases as well, I'll do a stream on the day that I get it, and just sort of give everyone a run out, and we'll see what it's like to run with it. So it should be fun. It should be a lot of fun. That I'm really looking forward to that, and yeah, really looking forward to the UK rework. I'm looking forward to the Benelux rework. You know, that's been a long time coming too. So intrigued to see what that's like. As we roll off the gas a little bit and let it simmer down. So we're coming up to the border. So for those of you that don't know what truck we're in MAN. It's got the Lions Transport livery this morning. It's I use a lot of Speedy 143, his liveries. If you like the liveries, there he's got them all on the Steam Workshop, really top quality. You know, he's done a lot. He does a lot of like British companies, and does some European ones as well. But if you like his stuff, I highly recommend it. I really do. Okay, slow down a little bit, because we're going to be coming into this border facility now as we cross the border into France from Switzerland. and yeah, we slow right down here, so let's slow it down and just cruise around here in 8th gear, which shows you how much torque these trucks have got. This is a 640 horsepower engine in this, and I'm hauling 20 tons of apples, so it's not a lightweight, but this engine is making light work of it, that's for sure. So I do like, outside of Scanias, MANs are my next favourite truck. 100%. I do like a nice MAN truck. Just follow this guy around, it's just easier. Do the old window down. Get the old passport out ready. Drag race away from the border crossing. I wanted to beat him because you have to pull across his lane here, so that's why I was like, no. Lots of updates to come. I think SES are really sort of pumping them in, and I wouldn't be surprised as well if we see a new, come on mate, get out of the way. If we I hate knobheads like that. I wouldn't be surprised if we see a new truck though, to be fair, as well. Obviously they've put the Iveco S-Way in. I think the Scanias need a facelift now in the game because their interior has changed. The new interiors look amazing on the Scanias now. And then obviously you've got, they still haven't put the Mercedes MP5 or the MP6 in it yet, so I wonder if SES are doing something sort of special with Mercedes, where they're going to do like what they did with the Volvo and just do like a special launch for it, because they put the FH5 and the FH6 Aero in at the same time. So I do wonder whether or not they're going to do the same with Mercedes, because they put this new MAN in fairly quickly actually. After it came out, it was pretty quick, which was a nice pleasant surprise actually. I do love the shape of the new MAN trucks. I think they're beautiful looking trucks. Even the last generation was nice. Even that generation, which is the Euro 4, Euro 5 gen, was nice as well. They put the new Renault Range T in quite quickly as well, so it'll be interesting to see. Right, let's try out this adaptive cruise control. So I held down C, let's see if it does it. Is it doing it or not? trucks go, the Mercedes lot is the next lot to be updated, because they put the next gen DAF in as well pretty quick. So it seems from certain manufacturers they get stuff in fairly quickly. The IV code was interesting because they hadn't put anything in there for the S-Way since 2013, and I think they held off on the initial iteration of the S-Way and waited for the facelift or the new version to come out. I'll take one of those out on here soon, so you can see it. But so they did that. So literally, I think Mercedes is the last ones to be updated, them and the Scanias. So it just depends really on, I mean, the Scanias is more of an interior thing, unless SCS are finally going to introduce new series like the G and the P series in as well. Obviously as well, don't forget we've got the coach trip stuff coming to Euro Truck Simulator 2, so that will be interesting. Also got, I'm gonna do a video. I was still having an iron about doing it, but I think I'll fire it up over the weekend and see what kind of a state it's in, because I haven't fired it up in a while. But if ATS is still okay, then I'll do a video on there as well. But I'll see, because my preference is Euro Truck, just because I know the rules and stuff, the driving laws, and I have real world experience, whereas I don't drive in trucks in America, haven't got a clue. And their incessant use of weighbridges drives me up the wall. I know technically we are speeding through this bit, but it's on the motorway, so I don't care. I'm going to sit at 80 through this bit, because it will just speed up again in a second anyway. Oh, the adaptive cruise control is working. See, it's just slowed me down to match the speed of the car in front. So that's interesting. It does work. How about that? Now let me see if I put out of his way. Yeah, it's starting to speed up again. How cool is that? Just a nice little perk to have in the game, really. If you've got a modern car, most modern cars have got it on now. Sometimes it's good, sometimes it's not. I'm not a fan of the one that I've got in my BMW. I've got to be honest, it kicks in far too early, and just like, I've got very powerful brakes on the car. I don't need to stop 2 miles back. So I'm not a massive fan of it myself. But I do like, it is on a long journey. It's lovely just to whack it on and settle in and just relax, And that is the only downside with France, is the endless toll roads. Come on, go up. There we go. So, what's new with the channel? What are we doing next? So, as I said, we're doing this 100k series in the Scania. That's going to be one of them, and then I need another idea for a series. I've got a few in my head. I'm thinking about either, I've got some lower level profiles, so I'm thinking about taking one of them and showing you guys how you build it up with just a handful of mods, or we can have a little bit of fun trying to build a business under the realistic economy mod. If you've never tried the realistic economy mod, it's quite interesting. SCS, I noticed, I don't know if it's some of the mods or whether it's SCS themselves, but occasionally in this game you'll see certain loads that are paying way less. Like if you look at the cheers mate, could have got over a bit more. If you look at some of the loads in this, there are some that are paying very little per kilometre. Like if I look at the tipper loads, for example, a lot of them don't pay very much at all per kilometre. Same with some of the flatbed loads. There are some curtain side of loads that don't pay that, like pallets, for example, don't pay that much. Which is so it is true to life in that respect. Like they are. I mean, don't get me wrong. The economy is still far too generous. Like I think for this drive alone, I'm making 40 grand. Like in real life, it'd be nice. Trust me, I would love that in real life. If I could take 20 tons of apples from Zurich to Liège and get paid 40 grand for doing it, I would do it all day long. Because you only have to work 4 or 5 jobs in the year, and you're doing really well. Especially if you get some of these big long ones across Europe, where it's like be a week's worth of work, but you get 150 grand at the end of it. You're like, nice. Do that 4 or 5 times, and suddenly you've got a very, very, very tidy amount of income. Do it 10 times, you're a millionaire. You know what I mean? So it's unfortunately it's not like that in real life. It would be great if it was. Right, come on, move. But what they have done is they've done this mod called Realistic Economy, and what that does is that like literally changes it so that you will get paid live rates for runs. So it's much more difficult to build your business, because even if you did a 2,000 kilometre trip and you're like, oh, this is going to give me 60 grand, 70 grand. No, you get 1,800 quid and you're like, hey, so yeah, that's more realistic. I mean, obviously I'm just plucking numbers out there, but that's an idea for a series I think that I'm going to do as well. I might try that one in the old try that one in the Friday in the Sunday video this week. Actually, I'll try that. I think we'll do a realistic economy mod in one of my lower level profiles, so you can see what it's like, because it does change the game quite dramatically to a point where you're like, ooh, okay, did not know that. So yeah, it's good, it's really good. It's probably our cruise control. So yeah, so there's that. Also as well, just shows you how to build the business from the ground up, but it will make it a lot harder. So it's just about making the game just that little bit more realistic, but also just that little bit more challenging, because you can't really fail at this game, because you're never going to sack yourself. I mean, there are some things, don't get me wrong, like if we want to go true to life, one of the things we've got to remember is the core of this game, what they're trying to do, and it's quite impressive when I think about it from a development side of things. They're literally trying to take the engine in this game and replace it with a new one. It's basically like open heart surgery in terms of development, and they're trying to do this in game. A little bit close to him then, sorry about that. They're trying to do this in game without releasing a whole new game. Now, a lot of companies would, in situations like this, would go, see like this right now, this is all the original map from 2012, right? So this is a long time ago, long time ago. I tell you what we could do, actually. Here's an idea for the Sunday video series. So I will stick in pro mods and the realistic economy mod, plus a few the sound mods and stuff, because I can't drive without sound mods, and I'll probably have some truck mods in there as well, just for shits and giggles. But I think that's not a bad shout, because that'll be interesting to see, because obviously with Pro Mods, it does do the Benelux rework anyway, so you get everything is here, but it also does the UK, so it can actually haul across, because at the moment the UK looks like this. That's why I don't drive in it on my series, because I'm just like, it looks crap. Well, that's not fair. Crap. It looks what it is. It looks dated. It looks dated. So yeah, it looks a bit dated. That's all. The white line. Hang on a sec. Let's just have a quick look. If we, yeah, we can get past this one. But yeah, it just looks dated, right? It just looks dated. So that's why I don't use it. You know, I'm just like, nah, not bothered. But with Pro Mods, obviously, it completely updates it, adds a whole lot of new towns, cities, etc. So it's good. The only reason I don't run Pro Mods in like my main profile is because where the game continually updates, you're like, now I either have to wait or I have to upgrade Pro Mods, so it can be a bit taxing, shall we say. But the team at Pro Mods are amazing. Like, there was a guy once, like back in the day, he's the OG, he was like the godfather of modders for Euro Truck. A guy called 50 Kaida, or 50 Kida, if you want to pronounce it like that. But it was 50k basically, his mods. And he was so good at modding this game that SCS were like, we want you to work for us. So they gave him a job. So he actually works, I don't know if he still does, but he was working, like developing this for people, which I thought was really, really cool. But yeah, there's some real world stuff that they could put in this, like so also that's another big thing as well, sorry, that I need to bring up, is live loading is finally coming to ETS2. Now there was a rumour that it was in the Zone de France map by Charlie, but I ran that map, I couldn't find a live loading point, so whether that's just a rumour that was BS or whether I was just too stupid to find it, I don't know. But it's now been confirmed in 1.57 live loading will be there, so it looks like it's the logs. I haven't delved into the article yet, I just saw it flash up on the screen this morning, so that'll be interesting. I'll delve into the article and put a bit more info about that in the next video. But yeah, that should be fun. That should be a lot of fun, because that's going to be a nice new part of this, because that's the other thing as well. There are simple things in this game that are missing. And I'm just talking very, very basic stuff. Like even the other day, I noticed it's just some of the load stuff that bugs me. And again, I'm probably being overly critical, but then I'm like, I'm a sucker for realism, right? And when I was just thinking, should we top up with fuel while we're here? Yeah, might as well. Why not? I'm just thinking, when you've got something like that, then make it more realistic, right? And some of the things are harder to make realistic, and some of them aren't. Like, some of them are quite hard to make realistic, because they're going to need, you know, substantial redevelopment or whatever. But some of them are fairly easy. For example, certain loads. Like there was one I noticed yesterday where I was looking for freight market for stuff to pull with the Scania. Hang on. Yeah, so there was a load. I was looking for loads for the Scania anyway. Basically, there was a load of petrol sitting on a loading bay in a fuel tanker. It's like, come on, that's just not realistic. That wouldn't happen. So, you know, I just think things like that need fixing. You know, you wouldn't take a JCB over to UPS and back it onto a bay. It just wouldn't happen. You know, so I'm a bit like, come on, you know, just be a bit better there. That's all I'm saying on that one. So I just think, you know, it's an easy win, and it's a bit of an own goal in a game that's supposed to be a truck simulator. I know they're saying, yeah, but it's all about simulating the loads. I'm like, yeah, I get that, but make the loads realistic. So only allow petrol to be picked up from refineries, only allow diggers to be picked up from quarries and building sites, you know, just simple things like that. Or, you know, manufacturers, so have a big old like Caterpillar plant, like there is one just down the road from me here. It's not massive, but it's a sizable unit where they repair a load of the diggers and bulldozers and stuff like that. And you see, you know, low loaders going in and out there all the time, picking stuff up, dropping stuff off. So, you know, having something like that, more realistic. It just is. And it's better that way. Because then it just, I don't know, it just makes the game a little bit more fun. Because then you're like, you know that you're going to a building site. Like, some of the mods you can get for the truck, like you can put very, very low splitters on and stuff like that. If you're going to do that to your truck and then go to a building site, you're going to cry because you're going to lose the front of that splitter. If any of you follow Trucker Tim, bless him, right when he got his 6 Series and he started to do bits and bobs to it, and he just put his front splitter on and had it all painted, and he went to pick up a trailer, and he was driving along talking to Sean next to him, and he didn't see this speed bump, and he hit this speed bump full pelt and scraped a load of his front splitter on, and you could just see he was inconsolable when he realised what he'd done. And it's just like, you know, you want to laugh, but at the same time it's like, I feel that pain. It's like if you've ever curbed an alloy wheel, very rarely do I do that, touch wood, but on a time when I've done it, I've just been like, oh. I did one, I was moving house, and this was my new M3, my G80 M3, about 6 months at the time, and I was moving house, and I was talking to the missus, going around this roundabout, and I obviously just turned too tight, and I clipped the back wheel against the curb. It was only a tiny amount, but I was literally, I didn't speak for the rest of the journey. You can ask the missus, she was just like, she just knows with me when I do something like that, don't talk to me, just leave him to it, let him calm down. Because yeah, it's one of those things, I get so angry with myself for doing it. But yeah, it's one of those things, you know, it happens to us all, right? But at the same time, so where's the interest of this place? We're parking out at the back over there. Okay, fine. But yeah, so I've got some ideas for some content and stuff to do. So I'll be looking at popping that in Sunday's video. I'll get Pro Mods downloaded, and the Realistic Economy mod I think is in Steam, so I'll get the latest version of Pro Mods and the new dev file and everything done, and I'll pop that in a profile, in one of my lower level profiles, and yeah, we'll take that for a spin in this week's Sunday video, and just have a bit of fun with that. And yeah, we'll see. I'll show you guys what that's like for those that have never done it, because it does make things a lot more challenging, but at the same time makes it a bit more fun. See, like things like this for me, just need to knock it into the lower one. See, things like this for me, this is realistic because you're pulling a curtain side out. It's highly likely you'll get side tipped. So, yeah, it's things like that to bear in mind. But anyway, thank you for watching. It is greatly appreciated. Please do consider liking and subscribing if you've enjoyed the video, and I will see you guys in the next one. So remember, look out for realistic economy and the Pro Mods map in the next one. And then obviously I think, sort of next Friday's video I'll give you a well on the Scania, and I'll keep an eye on the Nordic Horizons DLC, and when that's coming out we'll do a special stream for that as well. Alright, so thank you again, and catch you in the next one. Cheers all.